Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have got you a very exciting, delicious recipe today. Don't know what to call it, whether to call it Mughlai chicken curry or royal chicken curry. So please help me out here. For the time being, I'm going to call it Mughlai chicken curry. So it's called that because it's really rich and creamy and delicious. It's got lots of lovely spices in it and it's got boneless chicken, which a few of you would appreciate. So I am gonna get cooking. It's also very quick to make. Let's get cooking. Before that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. To begin with, I'm gonna get a good handful of cashew nuts. So let's say 20 cashew nuts, and I'm gonna soak it in some milk. I'm just using some whole milk, just 100 ml, and I'm just gonna leave it for an hour. If you don't have too much time, just warm it in the microwave for 20 seconds and then leave it to soak while the onion mixture is getting ready. And for the onion mixture, this is quite a large onion, so either take 2 medium-sized onion or 1 large and finely chop this. So once the pan is nice and hot, today I'm using groundnut oil. You could use sunflower, rapeseed, or if you have another oil of your choice, you could use that. I'm using a good 4 tablespoons of oil, and to this I'm going to add the onions. I'm going to cook this on kind of medium heat for a good 8 to 10 minutes. And while this is nicely cooking away, I'm going to prepare the ginger and garlic. So I have got here a good piece of ginger and a few cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to finely chop all of this ready to go in once the onions are done. So you can see the onions are beautifully lightly golden. Look at that. So they really need to soften up and get a bit of color. Do not stop cooking until you get to this point, because this is going to be our main flavor. And then I'm going to add in the chopped up ginger and garlic, and I'm going to cook this for another 2 minutes. And while that is cooking, this is a good time to prep the chicken, which is right here in the bag because I got it from the butcher's. I'm using some chicken thighs. So I have here 8 chicken thighs, no skin, no bone, because once in a while I like to give you recipes that you don't have the chicken bones in it, because quite a few of you prefer that. I don't know why, but never mind. So what I'm going to do is just chop it into bite-sized pieces like this. So you can use chicken breast if that's what you prefer. I find the thighs have more flavor in it, and if I am using boneless, then it has to be thighs for me. But yeah, if you're happy with chicken breast, then go for it. So next I'm going to add some ready tomato puree. So that's around 4 tablespoons, like 100 grams basically. I'm going to try and do this and get a little bit more out. See, I was really good. There wasn't any extra left anyways. Now I'm just going to give it 2 minutes for this tomato puree before I add the spices. So now it's done for the spices. So you can add a teaspoon or half of chili powder depending on how hot you want it. Also going to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, a teaspoon of garam masala. Now I'm going to throw in the chopped up chicken. And now give it a mix. Oh, look at that beautiful color. So lovely. Okay, so now reduce the heat to minimum and add 4 tablespoons of natural yogurt. I ask you to reduce the heat so it doesn't split. If it splits, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't taste bad. So, but if you can reduce the heat and then cook this for kind of 2 minutes, and in that 2 minutes, once you've stirred it through, keep it on low. You can blitz the cashew nut puree while this gets 2 minutes. So I'm going to go over to the cashew nut puree now. So the cashew nut is here, and I'm just going to blitz it to a puree. Let's see how the puree is looking. Yeah, lovely. So I'm going to add this to the chicken right here. I'm just going to add like a tablespoon of water and don't want to waste this. So this sort of chicken pieces should only take around 10 to 15 minutes to cook. So adding the cashew nut, I'm going to give this 10 minutes. Okay, let's give this 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I'll tell you why I'm saying that. So I'm going to let this cook on medium heat for 5 minutes while I prepare what I'm going to add next. So it smells amazing. So what I'm going to do is put a lid on. Give it 5 minutes. I'm going to come back to this. So the reason I asked for a 5-minute cooking is I'm going to chop up 1 red pepper and 1 onion into kind of big chunks. And that's going to take around 5 minutes. So it's just enough time for me to prepare this while the chicken gets the initial cook. So it's been exactly 5 minutes. I timed it. And you can see that the chicken is still obviously raw, but it has actually started to cook. So this needs at least 10-15 minutes of more of cooking. But I'm going to add in the onions and the peppers. This is going to add the crunch to our delicious chicken. If you want at this point, you can add a splash of water. Only going to add 100 ml. I don't want it very kind of lots of gravy in it. So I'm just going to add 100 ml. And I'm going to cover and cook this for 10 minutes. So this has been cooking for exactly 20 minutes now. Let's have a look. Absolutely stunning. We've still got a couple of things I'm going to add. See, I told you, you can add as much water as you want. This does release its own liquid, so which is why I never add too much water. So just a quick mix, and the peppers and the onions are still crunchy. That's what I wanted, because the initial onions cooked down nice and lovely, and these ones I wanted crunchy for the texture. Right, the last couple of things to go in are tablespoon of dried fenugreek leaves. You can find this easily in an Asian supermarket. If you find this, then buy a big batch. It doesn't go off very quickly, so it's really nice to add it to some of the curries. Don't add it to everything, obviously. And then the last thing. And the very last thing to go in is a tablespoon of lovely double cream. And now this beauty is ready. I'm gonna have a quick taste. And here it is. I am going to make some lovely lacha parathas with this. You can serve it with really, maybe I will make naans with this. Right, I'm going to make some nice garlic naan with this to serve today. You can serve it with some cumin rice, plain rice. You can serve it with parathas, chapatis, whatever you like. Oh, I'm more excited about the onions and peppers and this gorgeous sauce. Wow, that's delish. Beautiful. That sauce. It's creamy, but it's not sweet. I haven't added any sweetness to it. It's so lovely. Cashew nut paste is wow. And the crunch you can hear is from the onions. I really hope you'll try this and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, share it with your family and friends, and let me know. And I'll see you back with another new recipe. Obviously, what else am I going to do? It'll have to be garlic naan with this.